Bienvenidos a la quinta clase de este curso de inglés pre-avanzado completamente gratis. I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can receive notifications of my videos. And of course, you can join the Facebook group where you can download all of my resources and this presentation for free. Today we're going to be doing a refresher on the future forms that we've already seen. Then we're going to look at the future continuous tense, and then we're going to be comparing between the future simple and the future continuous. Let's begin. So first of all, let's look at the future forms. Now we saw this in class 5 of the pre-intermediate level, all right? We saw 3 different types of future. We had going to, we had the present continuous, and we had will or won't, right? So if you remember, going to was for plans and intentions, right? So we have it here, look, in the red. Intentions, plans, and something that's very sure. The present continuous tense was for something that's planned or something that's very sure. And will or won't was for something that wasn't sure or a prediction or a reaction or a promise. Okay, so we're going to buy a house, that's an intention. I'm going tomorrow is a plan. And they will probably go is something that's not sure. Okay. We also did an exercise, and I'm going to show you the exercise again so you can refresh your mind. Okay. But I said in the exercise, don't take it too seriously, because when I did it, I had 2 or 3 examples wrong, okay? Because some of them, like you can see here, they're interchangeable. For example, a plan or something sure, you could use present continuous or you could use going to. It really doesn't matter. But let's have a look at the activity. Go to point number 1 in the description to open this activity. So this was the activity. You have to fill in the spaces with will, going to, or the present progressive. But some of them are interchangeable, okay? So they to New York tomorrow morning. I would write they are driving, okay? Because I know that it's tomorrow, it's right here, and it's a plan. But it's also possible to say they are going to drive. No problem, all right? If you want to, you can do this activity again, all right? Finish that activity and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So this is the real focus of the lesson, okay? The future continuous tense. So we looked at the past continuous, right? Actually, we refreshed it in the last class, but past continuous was always the 3rd class of intermediate. Yesterday, I was walking in the park when I fell, right? Past continuous was to describe the background or context of a past event. You remember? It was raining when I crashed, right? I was walking in the park when I fell. I was shopping at Walmart when I bumped into, me tope con, my ex. The event is the focus, the green, right? So I fell, I bumped into my ex. Those are the interesting, that's the focus, the interesting event. And was walking, was shopping were like describing the background, okay? The past continuous, as it says here, adds color. So the future continuous is not too dissimilar, okay? We are talking about a specific time or a specific moment and what will be happening. ¿Qué estará pasando en cierto momento? So, for example, at 3 p.m. tomorrow, I will be flying to Italy. So the green is 3 p.m., as you can see on my diagram here, and the action is continuous, right? So, a las 3 mañana estaré volando. So that's a future continuous tense. Here it is again. At 3 p.m. tomorrow, I will be flying to Italy. There's your timeline. What's the formula? And what's it used for? So, what's the formula? Well, it's subject plus will plus be and a verb ing, okay? The negative is won't or will not, of course, and the question would just be the inversed order, right? Will, a subject, be, and a verb ing. Those are the formulas. And what's it used for? Well, this is from Education First. They say, the future continuous refers to an unfinished action or event that will be in progress at a time later than now. Okay, so describing a continuous action in the future, a specific time, okay? So, uses. We project into the future continuous with plans, okay? So, this is the most common use. So, this time next week, I'll be sitting on a beach in Barbados, okay? projecting into the future, talking about what will happen at a particular moment in the future. By Easter, he will be playing guitar like a pro, okay? Para Semana Santa estará tocando como un profesional. I'll be couch surfing and visiting friends, okay? Couch surfing is a verb for quedándome en sofás de amigos, ¿no? Couch surfing. Estaré quedándome con amigos y visitando amigos. Or we'll be staying at the Hilton, okay? Estaremos quedándonos en the Hilton. So we can also use this tense for guessing about future things. Like, for example, within 2 weeks, dentro de 2 semanas, you will be regretting your decision. Estarás arrepintiendo. En inglés sí se puede decir, en español se escucha un poco extraño. I imagine he'll be coming to the meeting, yes. Supongo, imagino que estará viniendo. Otra vez en español se escucha un poco extraño, yo sé, pero en inglés no, está bien. We can ask very, very polite questions with this tense, which this is actually an interesting use. Will you be bringing your new girlfriend to dinner? Okay, so if I'm a father and I have a son and I want to meet the girlfriend, I could say, are you bringing? Are you gonna bring? But in this case, it sounds very polite. Will you be bringing? Okay, estarás trayendo a tu novia a cenar. Will we be seeing you again? Te estaremos viendo otra vez. Te vamos a volver a ver, pero una forma muy educada de decirlo. And we can also use it with still, with the word still for things happening now that will continue. Okay, so for example, I'm sure I will still be cleaning these dishes 3 hours from now. Okay, so lo estoy haciendo ahorita. Estoy seguro que todavía estaré haciendo esto en 3 horas. ¿No? So I'm sure I will still be cleaning these dishes in 3 hours from now. So we're still projecting into the future, but it's something that's happening now. He will probably still be living with his mother when he's 30, right? A lo mejor todavía estará viviendo con su madre cuando tiene 30. Happens a lot in Mexico. Exercises. Go to the description to open point number 2 and do the activity. So this is the first activity. Put the verbs into the correct form, future progressive. So this is, all of the answers are future progressive, okay? So it's just good practice. This time next week, we will be sitting. At 9, I will be watching. Okay, so it's pretty simple. The second activity is from my favorite page. So again, it's practicing just the future continuous positive. This is the positive, all right? At 3 o'clock tomorrow, I will be working. At 3 o'clock tomorrow, you will be lying. So these are pretty easy, right? Let's just check to make sure they're both correct. Great. Finished activities, and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So now I'm interested in the difference between the future simple and the continuous, okay? So you might look at these times, okay, and think it's easy to identify. So by this time next year, or at 1 p.m. tomorrow, or next week, you might think you can identify which one you need to use depending on the adverbial, but it's not always that simple. And of course, remember, there are such things as stative verbs, okay? So, for example, by this time next year, okay, so a estas alturas del año que entra o de aquí a un año, I will have my own house. But also you could say, by this time next year, I'll be driving around in a Lamborghini, right? So that I will have, that's a stative verb, right? I'll be driving all day tomorrow, so I can't call you, right? It will probably rain tomorrow, okay? So, again, we have tomorrow here, and it could be used for either one. It depends what you want to say. So it's really not that simple. It's not easy to just say, okay, well, this is around a point, and this is just I will go, I will see. It really depends on if it's a stative or dynamic verb as well, right? You just have to think, am I saying estaré haciendo algo or haré algo? That's the difference. Haré algo, estaré haciendo algo, right? So here's an activity. Both of them might be possible, okay? Let's have a look. You look hungry. Okay, you look hungry, I make you a sandwich. Okay, well that's a reaction, that's a future simple plan, right? I will make you. Te ves con hambre, te preparé un sandwich, right? Te ves con hambre, te estaré preparando un sandwich? No, doesn't make sense. John and I probably not come to the party because it looks like it rain. Now in this case, you could actually use either one. They're both okay. John and I probably won't come to the party because it looks like it will rain. That's a prediction, simple prediction, fine. Or I could be talking about specifically at the time of the party, it will be raining. Both of them are fine. I can't have lunch at 2 because an operation at that time. Okay, at that time, an operation is long duration at that time. Tendré una operación. I will have an operation at that time. Yeah, that's okay, but I prefer will be having. Okay, estaré teniendo, me estarán operando, mejor dicho, ¿no? En español. You celebrate your birthday at a beautiful restaurant and we fly on a plane to Europe. Okay, in this case, I think both of them will be celebrating, will be flying. Tú estarás festejando tu cumpleaños en un restaurante muy elegante y nosotros estaremos volando. Okay, so I mean, you could use a simple form, but it would change a little bit the meaning, right? I think here the meaning is like comparing what we both will be doing at the same time. ¿Qué estaremos haciendo tú y nosotros al mismo tiempo? The class take an exam at 9 tomorrow morning. I put will take or will be taking. It depends what you want to say, okay? A las 9 estarán tomando, porque empezó a las 8 o 8:30. O si empieza a las 9, entonces va a ser will take, right? The class will take an exam at 9 or the class will be taking an exam at 9. Both of them are okay. It depends on the context. This activity is from Language on Schools, okay? Let's do some more exercises. Go to point number 3 in the description to open the activity. Okay, so this is the activity page. It says future simple and future continuous, exercise 4. Okay, so complete the sentences, use the future simple or future continuous tense. I can buy it for you if you want. I in the afternoon anyway. Okay, shop. I will shop or I will be shopping. What do we think? I will be shopping, I think sounds better. Okay, I checked it. It's right. Awesome. Is Bill at school? No, he isn't. I suppose he to school next week. So suppose is like a prediction, like I'm not sure, a plan of coming next week. I think that's going to be will come, okay? It's actually possible to say will be coming, but because it's like a question, right? I suppose he will be coming. Remember we said we can use it for very polite questions, but in this case I think it's just talking about a plan. Awesome, so the page is telling me that it's right. Finish the activity and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So we looked at a future forms refresher. We looked at the future continuous tense. I put tenses here because actually some people use going to for future continuous, although it sounds kind of weird. I have definitely heard it before. So I might say to a friend, what are you doing tomorrow night? And that person might say, I'm going to be watching a series. Okay, now that's acceptable, that's okay. It doesn't sound as good, it doesn't sound as elegant as I'll be watching, but I'm going to be watching a series. I'm going to be washing my hair. I mean, it's okay, right? But I think you should probably stick to the will. Now it's time for a song. So this is today's song. It's from 1944 by Billie Holiday and it's called I'll Be Seeing You, okay? This is a lovely, lovely, lovely old song. So here I want you to find examples of future simple and future continuous, okay? So I'm not going to translate the lyrics for you until you finish the activity. So stop the video and search for examples of future simple and future continuous. Okay? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, so we have 4 examples of the future continuous in this song, and 2 examples of future simple. Okay, so this song is about nostalgia. Obviously, she has separated from her boyfriend, or perhaps he's died. I'm not sure, but here we go. I'll be seeing you. Te estaré viendo, right? In all of the old familiar places, en todos los lugares familiares a nosotros, lugares que frecuentamos, ¿no? That this heart of mine embraces, que este corazón mío le encantan, esos lugares. All day and through, todo el día y a través, supongo que del tiempo. In that small café, en aquel café chiquito. The park across the way, en el parque cruzando la calle. The children's carousel, no sé cómo decir carrusel de los niños, donde están los caballos chiquitos y hacen un círculo, ¿no? Y un niño puede subir al caballo. The chestnut trees, un tipo de árbol que tiene como nueces, pero no me acuerdo cómo decirlo en español. The wishing well, pozo, well es pozo. En países donde se habla inglés, en los pozos a veces avientas una moneda y haces un deseo y se llama un pozo de deseos, a wishing well. Te estaré viendo en cada día bonito de verano, en todo que es como ligero, y gay en este caso significa como alegre, ¿ok? No significa homosexual, significa alegre, porque en estos tiempos la palabra gay significaba alegre. I'll always think of you in that way. Siempre pensaré de ti de esa forma. Okay, so that's future simple. Te encontraré en el sol de la mañana, y cuando la noche es nueva, estaré viendo a la luna, pero te estaré viendo a ti. Okay, so it's a very, very sweet song about nostalgia, with some good examples of future continuous. And finally, our idioms for today. We have 4. Stab someone in the back. The apple never falls far from the tree. Over the moon and over the hill. Okay? I loved her, but she stabbed me in the back. Stab in the back is traicionar. Okay? Pretty simple, as you would expect. Stab, apuñalar por la espalda. Literally, yes, but it actually means traicionar. The apple never falls far from the tree. In Mexico, you would say tal palo, tal astilla. Okay? So you're like your father or your mother. You're like your parents. The apple no cae, la manzana no cae lejos del árbol, vaya. Tal palo, tal astilla. I'm over the moon. Estoy súper feliz o súper emocionado al grado de estar arriba de la luna, literalmente. Pero over the moon significa súper emocionado, súper feliz. ¿Ok? Muy, muy feliz. And over the hill significa como viejo. Si eres over the hill, significa que ya pasaste la cima de tu vida, el punto más alto, el punto más padre, y ya vas de bajada, ¿no? O sea, you're over the hill. Hill es como colina. Hill es como colina. Entonces, cuando eres joven, vas subiendo la colina, llegas a tu punto encima, tu punto más alto, el punto más chido de tu vida, y luego vas de bajada. Significa que ya eres viejo, ¿no? Ya vas para acabar, ¿no? Those are the 4 idioms for today. To stab someone in the back, the apple never falls far from the tree, over the moon, and over the hill. That's everything I wanted to see in this class. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can catch all of my videos that I upload on Mondays and Thursdays. And of course, you can join the Facebook group to download all of my resources and activities, including the presentation for this class and all the other classes. Thank you for learning English with me, and I will see you next class.